it's Bianca the Beauty Nerd. Welcome to my channel, a safe space where you can geek out about all things beauty. Today I received a package from Filipino brand Issy Co, and I'm so excited to share their newest launch with all of you. This is just the first of a 3-part series of launches coming from Issy Co. It's so exciting. They made this huge campaign. It was so beautiful, so artistic, so beautifully written, and I don't know, it's just really nice to see Filipino beauty stepping it up in terms of campaigns as well. And their first launch is a mist, and I'm so excited because it's a hydrating mist and it's something that I really need. I love misting my face and it just feels so refreshing and good, especially in this weather. This is what it looks like. It's so pretty and elegant. I love how it's packaged. And the mist is actually really fine. I don't know if you could see it, but it's just really nice. I've had my makeup on for more than 7 or 8 hours, so I'm really excited to touch this up for this video, and I did this on purpose. I look like this on purpose. Everything's like smudging. Let's give it a go. It's actually so cool and refreshing. There's a bit of a cooling sensation there, and it smells really good. I'm actually just gonna tap all the excess in with a beauty blender. So it gives my skin that nice dewy finish. It's really beautiful. I'm using my Estee Lauder Double Wear. Just gonna spray the sponge. I feel like a nice base just makes your makeup look so polished. Next, I'm going to take my Becca Hydra Mist powder. So this isn't a setting spray, so it's not gonna make your makeup last any longer, but I am going to use it to sort of melt all the powder into my skin. I'm not sure how it's translating on camera, but in real life, it actually looks really flawless, really nice, and just really natural. Okay, now let's ease into the nerdy part. This is a hydrating mist, so by its format, it means that it's really great for imparting moisture without having to rub any sort of cream or serum on your face. Because this is a mist, you just spray it on, you don't have to tap it in, you can just let it dry and it's going to bring hydration back into your skin. Okay, real deep into the nerdy part. So this is called a hydrating and calming mist, so we're really looking for hydrating ingredients. On the top of their ingredients list is a good combination of hydrators. So first, it has Butylene Glycol. So Butylene Glycol is a humectant, which means you can sort of think about it as your hyaluronic acid. So it binds into water molecules and it delivers hydration deep into your skin, so under the surface level. It also has an emollient, which is something that takes care of the upper layer of your skin, or the epidermis. And emollients usually focus on how the skin looks, so it wouldn't look crackly, crepey, patchy, or dry. The emollient in here is actually Dimethicone, which a lot of people have a problem with for some reason because they think it clogs their skin up. But actually, it's not an occlusive. Dimethicone is an emollient, which means it just softens the top layer of your skin. It only really becomes an occlusive when it's sort of mixed with a silicone, so that's how your primer makes you feel like there's a film covering your skin. So that's when it gets pretty pore cloggy, but then as it is Dimethicone, it's actually a really good ingredient for smoothing and hydrating your skin. It's also worth noting that it has Propanediol. So Propanediol is an ingredient that helps other ingredients absorb into your skin. So it basically just helps these ingredients penetrate your skin better. So it does hydrate your skin, and that's all well and good. But the thing is, I wouldn't recommend it as skincare if you have dry skin. So if your skin is on the drier side, you're gonna need something a little bit more complex than this. Something that has more humectants and more emollients as well, and ideally something that has an occlusive. That's a bit much to expect from a spray, so as long as you just use it as a topper, then you should be fine. While I won't really recommend it for those with drier skin types, I do highly recommend it for those with oilier skin types. When it comes to hydration, I feel like it has just enough for those who are suffering from acne or those with excessive oil in their skin. By just enough, I mean it's not going to overwhelm that skin type with too much hydration. All of this doesn't even take into account all of the other ingredients that I'll be discussing, And I feel like when I talk about these ingredients, it's just further proof that this was made for the oily skin type in mind. So one of the main ingredients in this is witch hazel. So witch hazel is a good ingredient actually. It can be found in a lot of popular toners such as Thayer's. And the good thing about that is it's antibacterial, so it's going to kill all of the bacteria that's creating pimples on your skin, and it's also going to help dry it out since it's an astringent. It also has alcohol listed, and that also basically does the same. It's also an astringent. If your skin is on the drier side, I would say that these are actually two ingredients that you want to be careful or wary of because they can dry your skin out. And because this is coupled with hydrating ingredients and it's actually very hydrating on the onset, you might not feel that, but then if you do use this long term, you might be aggravating your flakes or your patchiness or just the general dry feeling of your skin. I also mentioned that it smells really good, and that's because it has fragrance. But you know what? The thing is, not everybody is sensitive to fragrance, or I feel like a lot of people are talking about fragrance and how it's bad. It's not bad unless you have an allergic reaction to it, which some people do, but that's actually a very small portion of people. I just feel like there's such a stigma to fragrance, and if you're actually not allergic to fragrance and you've completely shied away from it, you might be missing out on a lot of great products such as this one. The fragrance in this mist is actually lavender, but it's a very diluted version of lavender because it's the lavender flower water, not the essential oil. So it's a lot more subtle and you might be less prone to irritation. Also, that being said, again, there are a lot more people allergic to lavender itself among the people who are allergic to fragrances. And if we're talking about fragrance choice, I think lavender was a really good pick. Even though it might cause sensitivity in other people, it is actually also antimicrobial. It's going to help control bacteria that can potentially be causing acne. At this point, we've reached the 1% line, and I don't think I've discussed the 1% line in any of my other videos, so I want to talk about it now. So usually when you're reading ingredients, they list ingredients from the biggest concentrations to the lowest concentrations. That's like a general rule. And it's very rare for cosmetic developers to be using preservatives at a concentration of higher than 1%. So when reading an ingredients list, the moment you find a preservative, it's most likely that anything that follows that is going to be 1% and below. It's not a hard and fast rule. It would be so much easier if all manufacturers would just put the percentages on the label, but then again, they wouldn't want to give away their secret formula. That's the only thing they can really hold back. So anything below that 1% line, the ingredients are there, and if they have benefits, then great, they're added benefits, but they're often too small to make that big of a difference when you're using the product. So we reached the 1% line with this ingredient, and we have another preservative here. And after that, we can see a lot of skin soothing ingredients, which they have a lot of, and they also have antioxidants, which are also a lot. So I feel like all of this together can make a difference, but since they're all under the 1% line, I don't think any of the ingredients individually would make such a big difference to your skin. It's safe to say it does feel very soothing on the skin. I feel like maybe the soothing ingredients can actually combat some of the extra dry ingredients that we've mentioned earlier, like witch hazel and alcohol. And of course, antioxidants are always just nice to have when it comes to skincare. Okay, here are my final thoughts on this. For touching up makeup and bringing life back to your skin, especially after a really long day, I give this a 10 out of 10. I think it's a really good mist compared to my other mists. I feel like my skin just looks so fresh and it looked glowing again, and it made me look so dewy, so I really like it. Now, is it something that I would use to benefit my skin? The answer is no, just because I have dry skin personally. They say it's for all skin types, and as someone with dry skin, I can definitely use this to touch my makeup up every now and then, but I wouldn't really use it long term. Here on my channel, we're beauty nerds, and we really want to get down and dirty and really study each product, and part of that is thinking about what they were possibly thinking when creating this product. Issy Co is a Filipino brand, and they're making products for the average Filipino. And most Filipinos, believe it or not, have oily skin. It's very rare for Filipinos to have dry skin just because we live in a very hot and humid climate, and you have your environment working for you in terms of moisture. So it only really makes sense that they would make this for people with oily or acne prone skin. And if you do have acne or oily prone skin, then you're in luck because this is a really good product. I feel like it has the amount of hydration that you need. It has ingredients that will help manage or not aggravate your acne. So just because it's a product that I wouldn't recommend to my skin type personally, doesn't mean that it's a bad product. It doesn't mean that I wouldn't recommend it to people who would benefit from it. As a big thank you to everyone who has supported me throughout this whole YouTube journey, and everybody who is new here, hello and welcome. I just wanted to do a small little giveaway. I'm going to be giving out one of these Phyto-Complex Skin Mists. Enter this giveaway by subscribing to my channel if you haven't yet and leaving a comment down below. It could be anything, it could be a question, it could be your skin type, it could be what you'll be using this for, absolutely anything. Let's have a conversation, let's have fun, and I'm so excited to give this away. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please do give this a like and comment down below, join the giveaway, and subscribe. It would mean so much to me. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you in my next video. See you soon. Bye.